Hello book team! Apparently I'm in a singing mood. Today I'm going to be doing the TMI tag. I do not know why I'm doing this, but it just happened. So I was tagged by BookaflixTaylor to do the TMI Book Tag. It's just a way for you guys to get to know me on a deeper level. And there's a lot of questions, so I'm not going to waste time explaining it. Question number 1. Which character's clothing style do you like best? I'm going to go with Lila Bard from A Darker Shade of Magic because, I mean, she's a cross-dressing pirate, and I think that's awesome. Generally, everyone in that world I imagine to be rather fabulous, to be honest. I mean, especially Kel with his multifunctional coat, cape thing. Yeah, it's really awesome, guys. If you have not read that series, you should. Question number 2, who is your book, boyfriend, or fictional crush? You know, guys, I really honestly don't have one because I think it's just super weird to have a crush on a fictional character, especially a maintained crush that you've had for years and years and you've never been able to really get over. Question number 3, have you ever loved a character but then ended up hating them? So I'm going to go with a certain character from The Girl on the Train, which I will not name or even give a gender to because all the spoilers in the world. However, if you have read this book, then you know exactly which character I'm talking about. It still angers me to this day, to this very day. Human beings can be cruel, yo. Question number 4, what's the longest book that you have on your bookshelf? So generally speaking, that would go to Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. However, I also happen to have the complete works of William Shakespeare, which is in the thousands. But I also have to point out there's a drastic size difference between these two books. Additionally, technically this has more than one story in it, so I'm not entirely sure if this counts. So between these two, you can take your pick. Question number 5, what is the heaviest book on your bookshelf? So once again, this is a tie between Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix and my complete works of Shakespeare because I cannot tell a difference and I do not have a scale. However, boom twist, there's a third contender in this, and that is Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow. Chernow? I literally do not know which one of these is heavier, and they're about to fall because they're all very heavy. I could basically do a great full-blown weightlifting workout with these books. Oh god, I don't know why my arms are so tired after that. It's because you're out of shape, Amelia. Number 6, do you have any book posters? I sure do. I have a poster of A Madness So Discreet because it came in my October Owl box. Then I also have a poster of Tinkerbell because Tinkerbell is my bae. Team Tinkerbell for life. Number 7, do you have any book-themed jewelry? Well, I'm glad you asked. So I have this Peter Pan pin that my friend got for me when he went to Disney World. I have a Camp Half-Blood bracelet that I got in my October Owl crate. Once again, another series that I've yet to read. Funnily enough, I almost picked that up when I was at Barnes & Noble the other day, but I restrained myself. I also have a little fairy necklace charm, which she has blue wings, but I still say it's Tinkerbell. Next, I have a little thing of pixie dust that I got when I worked on a production of Peter Pan with the Variety Children's Charity of St. Louis. And I love this thing because it has the pixie dust, but it also has a little red feather. It has the second star to the right, and then it also has a little red heart. And I really love this. I wish I wore this more often, but it's so hard to compliment with things, but it's still very near and dear to my heart. It was a very special experience in my life. And finally, I have another Peter Pan themed necklace. It is from an Etsy shop, which I do not remember the name of right now, but I will re-find it and link it below. It's a little map of Neverland, and I love it. Number 8, who is your book OTP? We'll start with Ron and Hermione from Harry Potter. I am shipping Delilah, Bard, and Kel from A Darker Shade of Magic. I also ship Thomas and Teresa from The Maze Runner, Katniss and Peeta from The Hunger Games, which unfortunately I do not have any of the books because I got them all from the library. There's also Alex and Brittany from the Perfect Chemistry series. And I still have yet to finish this book, but Anna and Etienne from Anna and the French Kiss. Question number 9, what's your favorite book series? You are a very cruel and fair question. I mean, should I go with Harry Potter? Should I go with the 12 Kingdoms? Should I go with the Chronicles of Narnia, which once again I do not have on my person because they have grown legs and have ran away? I could also go with the Darker Shade of Magic series, But the problem is I haven't read enough books for it to be named as a favorite. And in the story, there's a lot. And boo on you for asking me that question. Number 10, favorite book to movie soundtrack. Hands down, Cloud Atlas. Yes, Harry Potter had a great soundtrack and I love it. But the soundtrack to Cloud Atlas, it makes me cry every single time, every time. In fact, the teaser trailer for Monster Calls uses one of the songs and I was bawling because that story already makes me so emotional, and with that and the music and oh god, all the feels. All the feels. Number 11, a book series that you wish would continue. I'm gonna go with the Chronicles of Narnia with this one because C.S. Lewis is dead, so there is no possibility of us ever getting another Chronicles of Narnia book. However, J.K. Rowling is still alive and well and can surprise us at any moment. Question number 12, what's your favorite standalone novel? I'm gonna have to go with All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr because, once again, all the feels. All the beautiful, poetic feels. And yet another book that I have on loan. Question number 13, since when do you start reading books? Basically, since forever. Question number 14, which Hogwarts house are you in? If you haven't been able to guess already, I will be very surprised. But I'm a mother-flippin' Hufflepuff. Aw yeah. Hufflepuff pride. I've always been proud to be a Hufflepuff. I have never been ashamed of it. And I will continue to have no shame in the fact that I'm a Hufflepuff. Question number 15, what quality do you look for in a book? My mom and I discuss this all the time of what makes a great book, what makes a bad book. My mom on one hand is all about the literature. She's very, very picky about her books. Which makes sense because she's been reading books far longer than I have and she has just grown to be pickier. Me, on the other hand, I feel that it is a decent book as long as it keeps my interest. If I put down a book, then I do not consider that to be a good book. But even if it annoys me, as long as it keeps me engaged, I cannot consider it a horrible book. Have an all-time favorite, but let me read you a quote from A Monster Calls. Stories are wild creatures when you let them loose. Who knows what havoc they may wreak? Question number 17, who is your favorite author? Once again, super unfair question. I mean, there's J.K. Rowling, there's C.S. Lewis, there's Anthony Doerr, there's Ernest Cline, there's Haruki Murakami, there's Margaret Atwood. Like, I could go on and on and on. Question number 18, what is your favorite book cover? My favorite book cover is Magonia, and it's so sad because I really did not like this book. And this is where the saying you can't judge a book by its cover comes from. But guys, look how pretty that is. I mean, oh god, I wish you were better. Number 19, action or romance? This is gonna be a cop-out answer, but it really truly depends on my mood. If I'm not in the mood for romance, I am gung-ho for action. If I'm not in the mood for action, I am gung-ho for romance. But if I really had to choose, I would probably honestly go with action. Even though romance gives me all the beautiful fluttery feels. Question number 20, where do you go when a sad moment happens? It depends on the impact of the sad moment. Sometimes I will just curl up in my bed with my sadness and despair. Sometimes I will go for a walk or a drive and listen to music and try and forget the fact that I just read said sad moment. And sometimes the sad moment just never lives with me and it becomes a subconscious problem. Question number 21, how long does it take you to finish a book? It depends on my engagement with the book, but typically if I have a full day at my disposal, I can finish a 300 to 400 page book. But currently, since I am working and making a living for myself, it takes about a week. Question number 22. How long is your mourning period? It depends on the impact. Sometimes I'm over it in an hour, sometimes I'm over it in a day, sometimes a week, sometimes a month, sometimes a year, sometimes an eternity. Yeah, there's some things I just haven't let go of yet. Question number 23. What is your least favorite book? Now this is a book that I'm glad is not on my shelf, and it will never be on my shelf because I hated this book so much. And that book is Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. I have so many thoughts and opinions about that book, but it is not for this video because we gotta get going. Question number 24, what's your big turn on in a character? If they are witty and if they're charismatic, I love them. Question number 25, what is your turn off in a character? When a character is very, very bland or has no personality, then I just don't care about them. I will take the mean and cruel characters any day over characters that just give me nothing to work with. Question number 26, the reason that I joined BookTube. I joined BookTube because I've been wanting to for a while, and I love all the book discussions that I see going around the community, and I just wanted to become a part of that. Because yay for bookish friends! Number 27, name a scary book. This one's going to be a little bit of a weird one, but I'm going with Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. This book is very terrifying in terms of it is a very strangely realistic idea of what could happen in our future. It's just so haunting, and it really makes you think about things. If you have never read a Margaret Atwood novel, then please do yourself a favor and pick this up. But yeah, there's some very creepy stuff in here. Question number 28, what's the last book that made you cry? Hands down, A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Question number 29, what's the last book that you gave a 5-star rating to? Once again, A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Number 30, what's your favorite book title? That would be The Game of Love and Death. I have yet to read this book, but the title just sounds so interesting and it intrigues me, so hopefully I'll be getting to it soon. It might be a February read for me, I'm not entirely sure yet. Question number 31, what's the last book that you read? A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Question number 23, what book are you currently reading? That would be Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Question number 33, what's the last book to movie adaptation that you watched? The Big Short, because that is based on a book, but it is not a book that I have read. Question number 34, a book character that you always wanted to talk to. If we're going with childhood nostalgia, then probably Aslan, because I think it'd be awesome to talk to a lion. But I also think Tyrion Lannister from A Game of Thrones would also be very fascinating to talk with. Question number 35, an author that you always wanted to talk to. Alright, J.K. Rowling, I give in. I give in. One day. Question number 36, what is your favorite book snack? I love eating various trail mixes. I also love drinking tea. Oh my god, and also those Snappy crisps things that you always find randomly in with the vegetables and stuff. I don't know, but you find them next to the croutons and they are addictive. I'm also really enjoying these, which are just basically dried peas with different flavors. So I have ranch and barbecue right here, and they're just nice little things to munch on. Question number 37, which book world would you most want to live in? Neverland, because you have magic, you have adventure, and you can live forever so you can read all the books in the world. Although Red London from A Darker Shade of Magic would also be pretty fun. Question number 38, which book world would you least want to live in? I'm going with the world from The Maze Runner. I feel statistically I would have less of a chance surviving in the Maze Runner world than the Hunger Games world. Because in the Hunger Games there's, what, 23 people who will end up being killed? And yes, if I was one of those people, I would die in an instant. However, spoiler alert, in the Maze Runner series, it's an entire world of people that are infected and going crazy and dying because of this infection. I'm sorry, but I would definitely take fighting for a chance to live over having basically no chance whatsoever unless I'm lucky enough to be immune. Question number 39, last time you smelled a book? Basically just now, because I was just smelling the Maze Runner book. Question number 40, weird insults used in books. You know, I really can't think of an insult that I came across that I was like, really? I guess sometimes there's awkward banter moments, but I can't think of any specific one. I mean, I guess stuff in the Maze Runner because they use a different vocabulary that sometimes sounds really, really awkward. But apparently there's never been an insult that's been so off-putting to me that it has stayed with me for a long time. So I really have no answer for this. Question number 41, your favorite romance book. I am enjoying Anna and the French Kiss, and I did enjoy the first book of the Perfect Chemistry series, although that series is more of a guilty pleasure than anything else. Question number 42, do you write? Oh yes, and no, I do not plan on ever becoming published. The writing that I do is more just to get my imagination under control. I have yet to come up with an idea that I truly feel should be shared with the world. Question number 43, your favorite magical item. I'm gonna have to go with the magic carpet from Aladdin. Definitely still have dreams of going on a magic carpet ride. Question number 44, what's your Quidditch position? Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna have to go with Seeker because I love going fast, and if I just have to focus on getting one little thing, then I am set. I can just focus right on that. Now, if I would be a good seeker, that's another question entirely. Question number 45, what's a song that you connect with a book? So the song is High by the Beach by Lana Del Rey, and the book is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I am honestly not entirely sure why I connect the two, but there's an eeriness of the song that I feel really suits the book, even though the lyrics have absolutely nothing to do with the book whatsoever. Question number 46, favorite book-related chat-up line. Hey girl, can I buy you a book? Question number 47, have you ever used it? Haha, no, but I really wish someone would use it on me. Question number 48, favorite book fandom. Harry Potter, I really do love you. But I'm going to be going with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And yes, it counts because comic books. You know I love you, Harry Potter, but I have to spread the love, okay? Okay. Question number 49, how many books do I own? Well, let's count. So I have roughly 150 books, and this is not including the books that I have on my e-reader, and is not including all the books that I have back in California. Finally, who do I tag? I am tagging Taylor Talks Books, The Library Lush, Sophie Speaks, The Chameleon, and Caroline the Reader. I hope you guys all enjoy doing this tag as much as I did. And if you're watching this and you want to do this tag, then I tag you as well. If you do end up doing this tag, please link me to the video in the comments or let me know so I can keep an eye out for it. Alright guys, have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!